For our analysis of Apple laptop repairability, we have our rubric on screen. It is broken down into three categories: modularity, accessibility, and availability. Under modularity, you can see categories for how easily removable certain parts are, as well as adherence to common standards such as SATA or DDR. For accessibility, common screws refer to Phillips or flathead screws, and for availability, the adapter refers to an M.2 adapter for 2012 to 2015 Macs. Availability is normalized by 1 point if a computer is more than 15 years old due to natural reduction in number of available parts.
First, we have the iBook G3 from 1999. The battery is easily removable using only a coin or a flathead screwdriver, and the memory is also easily accessible under the keyboard. The hard drive, however, requires disassembly of the entire computer. Overall, it scores a 4.5 on the repair rubric. Next, we have the 2007 MacBook. The battery is again removable using only a coin or flathead screwdriver, and the memory and hard drive are removable quite easily. The laptop scores a perfect 5 on the rubric.
Up next, we have the unibody MacBook from 2009. Compared to previous generations, the parts aren't as easily removable toolless. However, the back is secured by just 8 Phillips screws, and from there, the RAM and storage are easily accessible. The battery, however, is secured by Y screws, but it is not glued in, making it still relatively easily to replace. Overall, this computer scores a 4 on the repair rubric. Up next, we have the 2010 MacBook Pro. The design is very similar to the 2009 unibody MacBook. However, it features an aluminum body and 10 Phillips screws in the back instead of 8. However, the internals are very similar, with the battery again being secured by Y screws, however the RAM and storage being very accessible. Overall, again a 4 on the repair rubric. Next we have the 2012 MacBook Air. The back is secured with pentalobe screws, a proprietary type of screw that Apple invented. Inside, the SSD is the only removable part, also using a proprietary interface and requiring an adapter to utilize more common M.2 SSD replacements. The battery is additionally glued in. Overall, this scores a 1.67 on the rubric.
Next, we have the 2014 MacBook Pro. The back is again fixed using only pentalobe screws, and only the SSD is removable, requiring the same adapter to be used with the M.2 SSDs. Again, a 1.67 on the repair rubric. Next, we have the 2020 MacBook Pro. The back now requires an opening pick and suction cup to open, as well as considerable force. No common parts are replaceable without replacing the logic board, and the battery is glued in. This computer scores a 1.17 on the repair rubric.
Finally, we have the 2021 MacBook Pro. Like the previous generation, suction cups and picks are required to open it. However, it requires less force. Once inside, however, no real parts are replaceable. The battery is no longer glued in, so that could be replaced, but all other parts are on the logic board, which makes for an expensive replacement. Overall, this scores a 1.5 on the repair rubric. So after analyzing laptop repairability over time, we can see that Apple laptops peaked in repairability around the mid-2000s and then had a sudden drop around 2012, from which they haven't really recovered. In 2020, they hit rock bottom, but began the climb again the next year. Only time will tell if Apple makes improvements to make their devices more repairable. Until then, thanks for watching.